Magical Sidecar Motorcycle Part 1 Bags 1. So here you can see the start of Part 1 Bag 1, and we're building up the manifest, I think the engine block, whatever you want to call it, and it has been, for me, it's been a struggle. Let me just say, I've had to take this apart, put it back together, take it apart, put it back together. Nothing to do with brick quality, nothing to do with clutch power or anything like that. It's to do with this. And I am in the shadow. It's all to do with the instructions. To me, and I'm only saying to me, the instructions are nowhere near clear enough. And I don't know, it's more or less where things go. Sorry for the glare. It might seem plain to you, it's certainly not plain to me. So this is going to be what I call a long build, but we've got it how it's supposed to be. It's took me a long time to do it, but onward and upward, let's get on with the build. So I think you all know, if you've watched my past videos, I am not the biggest Technic fan. I know that we need Technic, we need frames to stabilise things and stuff like that, and working parts, and this is an engine. I have built the engine up in the Ferrari car and other things like that, but this is the first motorbike engine, and it's just finding out where parts go. Now look at that. Can you see the little yellow cylinder going up and down? I think that's very, very good. So I'll take my hands off, you know, and we'll get there in the end. Well, as far as I can tell, that is the first part of the engine block done. I don't know if we'll do some more to the other side yet. That we'll have to wait and see, but the lighting's just about good enough that you can pick up the grills, the yellow cylinder. You can see how we've connected the two Technic gears here, which will make the little cylinder go up and down. I assume it will when we get the wheels on. We'll have to wait and see. And now we're going to make up a little bit of body that will fit on somewhere, and we'll take it from there. So as you can see, we're building up the tank of the bike. Still a little bit of Technic running through, as you can see here, the underside. We've got some connector blocks there, you can see there the holes of the light now, sorry for me being a bit shaky. And we're about to build on here and put some plating on, I think. So off we go. I can honestly say this has been a complete nightmare. Now whether this is a design fault, I don't know. I've followed the plans and I'm going to show you exactly the problem. Right. As you can see, if you can, this piece here, the black piece, it clicks on by that Technic pin. Here we have a, and I haven't got a piece to show, I have got a piece to show you. We have one of those. You can see the X-axle connected. Now here's the problem. There is, if you can see, that pin there stops that from actually being in the right position. without force it rests on that pin, tilting the tank downwards, which is totally and utterly wrong. So what I've had to do is basically force this past so as it sits on the inside. But sorry about that, I sneezed in a coughing fit. But by forcing it past, it obviously puts pressure on the other side. And you can see it's slight, but it's still together. So we're going to carry on, see if this goes together. If not, and I have checked the design plans before you say a word to me. Can you see there? That is the part that is in the way, and that is where it is, exactly where the plans are. So I don't know. We'll wait, we'll see, and we'll carry on. Well, we've just made up the saddle, and let's show you. So we basically had the little, I'm going to try and draw it for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like the little half side with a pin, and then across there with a pin. I should have showed you really, too late now. But anyway, they fit across all the edges, the same the other side. Then the plates go on top. You'd think that would be fine, but because the edges of these plates underneath here are slightly longer than the actual plate itself, any pressing and they come apart. But I constructed nice and gently, got them all on. You then build up the side patination of the saddle, which is all well and good. Same with the other side. First time I tried to press it on, what happened? The entire lot cascaded and collapsed. So obviously I had to be a little bit more gentle, which I was. I started with the front. You build this up in two parts, so you got this part here and then this part here. It's not one piece, and then they come together. Managed to get this side on, which gave me a little bit of strength, and then if I'm honest, the second side went on a lot easier. We then built up here, put the first long nice piece. Yeah, I can't think of the word, what an idiot. But anyway, tiling, nice long tile. Then we have that sloped tiles. Then we have the angle tile, which is nice. Same the other end, just in case you can see. And we're about to connect it, I believe, to this part here on the bike, and then that will be the end of part one, bags one. So let's see if I can get it on without crashing it to pieces, and then we will sum up bags one, part one. So there you have it. That is the end of part one, bag one. And as I said, we've just fitted the saddle on. To be honest, once I found out where it went, it did push on okay. I had no problems. It's slightly movable, bendable, which I think I'll do when it fits on. We'll quickly now just run through this build. Look at that. You can see the lovely motor, see the patination, you can see the nice slopes of the frame, you know, you can see the technique in the build, you can see the patination on the tanks, the patination now on the saddle comes to fruition. It does look, gives it that leather look. I'm quite impressed with that actually, if I'm honest. And there you have it. I'm now going to turn this upside down and we're going to have a look from underneath. So here we are from the underside, as we call it. There is the saddle connections. If I can try and get some light on it, you can just about see there now. It does say in the book where to connect, so you've got a good guideline there, and it just clicks into place. It's quite okay, it's sturdy enough. It's on 3 pins. Like I say, it's flexible. So that is that. There you can see again the intricacy of the engine block with the little gears, which I think will connect to the wheels to make the little cylinder go up and down, or that's it in theory anyway. Again, just showing you there the tank on the far side. If we go there, you can just about see how everything goes together nicely. Clicked on, we built up this little framework here and added the nice plate in there just to make it look good. You've got the actual bottom there, that just everything that will stand on, and then like I say, you've got the saddle as is. So let's go back to the build quickly. We definitely had an alignment problem with the tank. Like I said, we had to push. There is the better shot. That there, just see the little grey circle? It's the next piece to it. That's the part that gives us the trouble. And if you can look now, it's actually pushed behind, which is right, it's level. Now if this is the actual design way it should be, it doesn't show you pushing past that in the actual instructions, but if it does, wow, it's tight. In fact, it's too tight. You really have to pull that piece with your fingers as hard as it is just to slip that behind. And then of course, you know what I'm going to say, the whole of the build then basically becomes weakened, becomes stressed. That's a better word. But I must admit, now it's in, it's holding fine. That really was our biggest problem with this build. You've got to pay close attention to the plans. I don't think they're detailed enough. I'm being totally honest and truthful. Other people will probably say they are detailed enough and they built it fine. I can only go by my own interpretation of what I've done, the experiences I've had with the build. But in saying all that and the little problems that I've had, because they're not major problems, they're just frustrating really till you get everything right in place. Now I've got everything in place and correct as far as I can tell. It has been an enjoyable little build, and like I say, part 2, bags 2, actually finishes off the bike completely, so that will be interesting. And then parts 3, bags 3 are the sidecar. So let me know what you think in the comments. You know, like I say, it'd be interesting to see what the actual build of the Lego version of the cycle would be like, and how they've dealt with the problems or the build, you know, and see what the differences are. Like I said, I hate the figures. I think the figures look absolutely dreadful. But again, that's just my opinion, so don't shoot me. But we've done it, we're up and running, and I can breathe a sigh of relief. I'm now going to drink my coffee and have a relaxing time for a bit, and then we can crack on with the actual build up of the complete bike in part 2, as I said. So if you're enjoying this little video, no matter, you know, how quirky and a little bit troublesome the build has been so far, and you want to, you know, if you think it's okay, then please give us a thumbs up, give us a like. Everything counts to the channel. This is a different set. Like I say, we dare to build differently and try different bricks. The build quality has been good, like I say, no problems with that at all. It's definitely not a brick problem. It's either a build problem or a Kev problem. And that's me being honest again. And if you want to follow us on to bags 2 for the completion of the bike, and then bags 3 and the final review, then please click on that subscribe button. Yeah, it's been a very, very teasing, frustrating at times, and yet enjoyable that it's finished. You know, it's really like, yes, we've done it, and a big sigh of relief. And now we'll see, hopefully in the next bags, the next part, hopefully it all comes together and we can, you know, laugh a little bit at how we struggled in the first part. Anybody who's watched this far, I know it's been probably another long video. Didn't mean to make this as long as it did, but I do like to show everybody what I've experienced. So if you're thinking of buying after seeing this video, you can take into account, is it worth the trouble? Does it look enjoyable? Can I do it? Again, you lot are probably better builders than I am. Like I say, I just build for enjoyment. So thank you very much for watching. No matter if it's all the video or just some, really appreciate it, and hope to see you on the next one. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. You know the score, you know the drill. My name's Kev. I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.